Society is founded upon people. Without people, a society cannot exist. The government's duty is to promote the common good of that society. Therefore the government must promote and defend the very foundation of a society, the family. If all people ceased to have sexual relations, humanity would cease to reproduce and humanity would become extinct. Without the rearing and education of children, there is no society for the government to govern. For this reason, the government, therefore, should promote and protect whatever institution brings about the rearing and education of people, the most essential aspect of a society. This institution is marriage, and the fruit of marriage is the family, where children are reared and educated. What is marriage? Marriage is the covenant of one man and one woman, founded on the mutual and free choice that entails full conjugal communion. Oriented towards procreation. Marriage is aimed towards the full union of spouses and oriented towards procreation. If these two aspects are not present, then a marriage should not be sought after. When thinking of the sexual act, one can see that there are two purposes for the sexual act, union and procreation. It is stamped into our bodies. If sex is meant for union, it is clear that when looking at a man's body, you can see that he is not meant for himself. Nor is a woman made for herself, rather, the man and woman are meant for each other. They are meant to unite. A man's reproductive organ is only capable of uniting to the reproductive organ of a woman. A man's reproductive organ could never unite with the reproductive organ of another man. Nor could a woman's reproductive organ ever unite with the reproductive organ of another woman. This again is simple biology. Thus, total union is impossible between two men and between two women. Now let us look at procreation. There is something unique about the relationship between a man and a woman. They have the ability to create new human life. There is no other relationship that possesses the ability to create new human life on their own. For example, no matter how hard a man and a man try, there is no possibility that on their own they can create new human life. The same is true for women. No matter how hard a woman and a woman may try, there is no possibility that on their own they can create new human life. For new human life to be created, a male gamete must be united with a female gamete. This is a simple truth of biology. This is a simple truth of nature. The government's role in promoting marriage is to promote the ideal situation for children to be raised. What situation do you think is the best for a child to be raised in? Option number 1. A husband and wife in their love have committed to be with one another forever and they have children of their own. Option number 2. A man and woman have not pledged to be together forever but they have a child. Option number 3. A woman has a child out of wedlock and a loving husband and wife adopt that child. Option number 4. A man and a man adopt a child from a woman who was pregnant. Option number 5. A woman gets pregnant with a sperm donor and she raises the child with another woman. Because the family helps form society. The government needs to protect the family. Thus the government sees that the ideal situation for a child to grow up in is with their biological mother and their biological father in a committed relationship. For this reason, the government protects the union of one man and one woman known as marriage. If the government gave the same rights and privileges to a same-sex relationship as they did to a marriage, then that would not be looking for the best interest of the child. For then it would be saying that a child does not have the right to know their own biological mother and father. It would be saying that creating a child in a lab is just as ideal as a committed husband and wife having children of their own. It would be saying it does not matter if a child grows up with their biological father or mother. However, studies prove this theory to be wrong. It does provide challenges for a child to not grow up with their biological father or mother, and for this reason, the government protects marriage as the commitment between one man and one woman as the ideal to build up society through the family.